There we go. I don't know if my microphone's going to catch on this or not, but I will be able to record. So right now, I am there. There's HB over there. Speed limit was... How much was the speed limit? It's been a second. I never saw it. Here it is. 80 kilometers. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm just playing with my Johnson bar and my chest. And for you to know, the chest is this thing. I'm not sure if my mouse shows. I wonder if my mouse will show or not. But the chest is the upper portion of this piston. And the bottom part of this chest, of this thing, is the actual piston itself. It would be this rod here. The upper one is the chest and the valve gear area. So that gauge right there is the chest. That's 12. That's 120 kilometers an hour right there. I wonder if I can get that fast. I don't know. Probably not. The injector's almost halfway. This is the blower. The blower is a little thing inside the smoke box, about right in here. And there would be fire tubes modeled right there, which they're probably modeled in the firebox. Yeah, they're right there. And they come all the way out here, and the blower is a little thing that shoots out the stack this way. And even though it's not really, there's no sound and there's no steam that comes out when you turn on the blower, it will create a draft. So when you're sitting still, or when your throttle is closed, it will make a draft to make sure that fire temperature will at least stay at 800, which is enough to make steam. The bell is, of course, the bell, and the blowdown. The blowdown will drain the boiler, essentially. So, and you can especially see that in the sight glass. It'll drain your sight glass for you. And that sign's going to tell us how fast we're able to go. So I'm just going to crack the throttle. That way I'm making sure that there's no vacuum inside the chest. It's 70. So I can brake. That's good. Because it's going to keep slowing down since I already dumped all the air. It's got to pump it all back up. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your coal. Had to hack a loogie. That's an 8. I just saw an 8 on that sign. This is your sand. That's your sand knob. That gives sand to the track for traction. And these two gauges are your brake pipe. The red one is what's applied. The other one is how much. I don't remember. You can learn. I know how this works entirely, but see, the black one goes down. Yeah, it's easy to understand. It's just really easy to. It's hard to explain it. This is a coal dump. You kind of just wiggle it back and forth with your scroll wheel. That's what I use, is my scroll wheel. The whistle. Hang on. Let's see. We're on the right track. This switch, I don't know what it's aligned to. You need a to do what I'm doing here with this map. You need what's called you need a certain license to do it. This little Y thing tells you that there's a switch upcoming. I'm just gonna go to the front of the train, open the throttle with T. Also, yeah, see, look, I got the Polar Express thing going here. Christmas time. But I'm just gonna go to the front of the train and see with the little switch in the remote, you can just kind of align it whichever way you want to go. So I can run 60 to the right. Let me make sure all of this is turned on. Yeah. That should be my compressor in the front. This is my dynamo in the back. That's good. As long as that's good. I'm trying to make it before sundown because I don't have a lantern with me. Tab is inventory. Yeah, see, I have a flashlight. See, that's not very great use. And yeah, I do live like this. This is my screen resolution. It's pretty fast, honestly. The water isn't climbing too high. Probably gonna need to go really slow on that corner. Yep, that's what I thought. I can close my cylinder cocks. I'll leave them open. My throttle's been basically closed this entire time. You can also kind of check your throttle with your cylinder cocks. Like, the more open you have your throttle, the more steam you're gonna get out of your cylinder cocks, and the more throttle you can hear. These windows open. I don't really never mess with them unless it's raining. Then I'll open them. 70. Yeah, I can open and close my throttle with T and G is what I set it to. You can do it with other things, I guess, but my controls for this is T for open and G for close, and for this I have Y and H for forward and backwards. Oh, what was that sign saying? For the train brake I have U and J. So for this thing I have U and J. Let me just show you. That's U and J. And for the independent brake, which is just the train, is I and K. Which you do have to press it a lot more though. Or just hold it down, that is. M, I have M and N set for like whistle string up, whistle string down. Is like N is up, M is down. Cylinder cock close is comma and open is period. B. B and V. So V is sand off, B is sand on. That's all my keyboard controls. I don't really use any other controls. It's just so when I'm like on the front of the train, I can just open the throttle back. So you can see I opened my throttle when the smoke got all black. See, it's closed now. You can also see it with the cylinder cock. So you can press T, hold it down. And there's also this funny little thing right here. And when you press Alt, you can see how fast you're going. You have all your train controls right here. So I'm heading at 48 right now. The speed limit is 60. There's supposed to be 1225 on this side, but I don't know why. It never carried over. Ooh, I didn't catch that. I press F4 whenever I don't catch the speed on something, because I really don't want to derail with Hazmat 2. That's really fragile stuff. So that was a 40. I'm running 50 right now. There we go. Yeah, I've got plenty of water. I can shut that off. That's your tender handbrake. There's no handbrake for the locomotive. You just use your independent brake and use this one when you don't have any steam. This is actually one of my work trains. I have a work train list right here. S282 A and B. Yep. And I can also repaint this. Demo new. See? This is for the work train itself. I'm gonna set. You can also set it to the Perimeter Quit, which is what the Polar Express is based off of. One of my favorites right there. Polar Express. But that's with a mod, of course. 7. So there's a switch coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and slow down. I know there's gonna be there's a 6 just right there waiting on me. I'm just gonna let her coast. Put some coal in the hole. Make sure the blower's on. Okay, I'm good. Yep. And this is what it's like. But I'll do another video on a different train. But at the same time, I'll also do another. I'll just keep going. Yeah, I'll just keep going. It's a 40 right there. Hang on. I wish I had a mod to USify all the stuff in here. Oh crap! I forgot about that. I should have closed the firebox door before I went into the tunnel. Yeah, if you leave the firebox door open and you go through a tunnel, it creates a blowback and shoots fire through the, which in the realistic mode, I'm pretty sure it might kill. I think it kills you or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't think you can die in Derail Valley. Yeah. There's Harbor in town. Beautiful town. Just for example, we can go all the way out here. See if this will pick up from all the way out here. Press F3. I don't know why it's not working now. That's weird. There we go. It also has the Doppler effect as well. Such a good noise to hear. Ah, low on RAM. How nice to know. What's my water at? Water's still fine. It's probably somewhere at the top of the firebox right now. But that's fine. Oh, I didn't do the grade crossing. That is a shame. E8I. That's what I'm looking for. E8I. So we go to HB and we find the E yard. So we set our to the E yard. Then we find the E yard. E. Let's see. 8I right there. Left, right. Right. E8I. There we go. No, we should just roll straight into E8I. But you have to have a license to do that. Without that, you have to do it all manually. Be careful, because this is very vital. I forgot to mention this when I showed you how to operate the locomotive. But when you operate the cylinder cocks, mostly all the time, basically the point of a cylinder cock is to make sure there's no moisture in the cylinders. And so if you don't use them when you're like after you're done taking off, so here. You're not going to use them right now. I leave them open almost all the time, and unless I'm on the main line and everything's okay, and I've been running for about a minute now. But hang on. There. But once you're on the main line, you can basically close them. But just make sure that if you have your throttle closed like now, before you open it again, open your cylinder cocks, because if you're not careful and there's moisture in the cylinders and you open your throttle up and there's steam pumping through the cylinders and there's water in there and your drain cocks haven't been opened yet, then it can explode over there and you can have a continuous leak the entire time. So I'm in F3 right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until this train car gets about to that switch, and I'm just going to jam on the brakes. There we go. And so these cars are now in E8I. Now what I can do, all I have to do to finish this order is set the handbrake. And you can see this is Hazmat 2. Do this. And it's good to go. Of course, I already know how all this works before I started playing this game. Or most of it. Some of it I had to learn, but see, now I can put that all the way forward, open the cylinder cocks, release the brake, pull the throttle back so I don't roll back into the cars, and just close the throttle almost immediately after I open it because I'm already picking up speed here. Since this is a work train, all I can do, I can just leave the independent on, go pay the bill, and when I pay the bill, it's just gonna automatically get the train like in the park state. It's gonna delight. It's gonna turn off. It's gonna put out the fire. It's not gonna dump any coal, but it's just gonna put it in an idle state. And see the fees. See, look, not much at all. Not much at all. 909 or LNG 096. Oh yeah. Hey, look. My insurance probably paid a little bit. Never mind. No, it would have told me. See, I've got basically all these licenses. The only license I don't have, which I could buy, is Hazmat 3, Military 3, but I'm probably not ever going to buy that unless I find one that's going to pay good money. And I've been playing this for quite a while, so. But yeah. Let me spawn in my other work train. It's also a steam locomotive. Or I could, if this one spawned, no, that's the, what is this, a DH something? DE2. Here, let me just S282. There we go. Request the work train. I restored this baby about 3 weeks ago. This is a good locomotive. Look, it's even got about 2 bars of steam in it right now. But basically, close the damper when you light the fire. We're gonna go ahead and open the cylinder cocks up. Put the always make sure this is down. Unless you're running 2 trains at once, then you would leave one of these cut pretty much. And this one, here's your wipers. Here's the bell. There's no wipers on the big locomotive. Your headlights, just leave that forward. And on this one, the air compressor and dynamo on the very front. And basically just scroll wheel up on both of those to get those running. Pretty good whistle. A little single chime. Blower. You want to go ahead and turn that on. I basically leave the blower on. It doesn't do anything gameplay wise. You can pull the damper up a little bit more, heat the fire up. Don't want to pull it up too high, but just slowly bring it up so you're not wasting it. Release the handbrake. Make sure everything's good. Johnson bar all the way forward, throttle. Oh yeah, hang on. The most vital part before you take off of any locomotive is lubrication. Might be a little boring, but it is vital. Hang on. Lubrication is very vital. Well, always, but Crap, I might even upload this to YouTube or something. I don't really ever show off this much. This is just a little side hobby of mine. Here, I use my door that's open. There we are. Now that the train's lubricated, let me check the mechanical lubricator. Of course, just want to make sure that thing's yeah, the right side. I'm just gonna give it a few spins anyways. Won't never hurt nobody. There we go. Now we can go forward. Play around with the whistle. Now we can go. Thing's still not lubricated. I hear it. Something's not lubricated. I don't know what it is, and that's bothering me. You're lubricating? Yeah, you're lubricating. Maybe it is just this. Actually, there's a better way to check it with this menu. Huh? Cannon lubricator's fine. Alright, let's try it now. No, that's 3. No, 1, 2, no. There we go. No screechy noises now. Anyways, that is how this locomotive works. A little bit different, but still great locomotive. This will run pretty fast going down the grade. This is only a switcher locomotive. You can get this locomotive to help out on the main line maybe, but that's really it. I would not use this locomotive for hardly anything much more else. Set the handbrake. Also, I wouldn't recommend using that to slow down. Not a feasible option. Use the independent brake if you want to slow down independently, and use a train brake if you have a train behind you. Go ahead and center this again. Lubricators are still running down there, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fee in for that so that it'll shut off. I mean, there is a way to shut this down. I mean, all you would realistically do is dump the coal, which I don't want to dump all my coal. That's valuable. But that's why I just turn in the fee, and so it'll shut everything off for me. Just turn this headlight to the center. Turn the cab light off. Go to the front. Turn these two off. Compressor and the dynamo, and now you're just sitting here. Oh, look, there's my lantern. I was wondering where you were. Now I don't have to use a flashlight. But yeah, really feasible way of just shutting it down is just the fee by going all the way over here. Where is it again? I know it's somewhere over here. It is. It's just oh yeah, I forgot it's a work train. It applies just a little bit differently. Does that mean that this locomotive is still running? That would not be a good thing to know. If this, yeah, you're still on fire. Oh. Well, at least there's water in you. That's a good thing. At least there was water in you. Good thing you didn't explode. Oh, there's no coal at all. I'm gonna shut you down though. Yeah, it's a little low. Similar points on this locomotive. But besides this, this locomotive could have probably done another mainline service before halfway starting to screech. It's always important to lubricate the locomotive before you move. And before this video gets about 30 minutes long, I think I'm just going to go ahead and try and stop it there. Turn my blower off, brake cut out, independent off, cylinder cocks, leave that on so it'll drain the water out. It should already be draining. Are you draining? I'll put a little bit in the chest to let it drain. Oh yeah, handbrake. And it'll eventually start dripping water right here. Probably won't do it now until the steam condenses again, but that's it.